Hello, ladies. Welcome back to FemmeNoirTV, where we keep it real, talk beauty, and sprinkle a little glam onto your day. Today, we're diving into something that's been making the rounds again, being skinny, or as I like to call it, thin is in because it was never out. Let's face it, living in a Western country means we see it all. Fast food on every corner, portion sizes that could feed a small village, and unfortunately, obesity rates at an all-time high. Over half the population is now overweight or obese, but here's where it gets interesting. Despite that, thinness has never really lost its place as the gold standard of beauty. With the rise of Ozempic, crash diets, and extreme fitness routines, it's clear that thinness is making a big comeback in beauty culture. But let's be honest, it never really left. Okay, here's a little tea. If you want to know what society thinks is beautiful, just look at the icons, models, social media influencers, actresses. And for today's convo, let's talk about Playboy bunnies. Playboy bunnies have been a symbol of beauty, confidence, and that bombshell energy while having massive sex appeal. But here's the kicker. Their BMIs, or body mass indexes, have had an inverse or opposite relationship with the BMI of the average American woman. Back in the 1950s, the average BMI of a bunny and the average American were pretty close, around 22 or 23 BMI points. Fast forward to now, it's a whole different story. The average BMI of a bunny is about 18, super lean, while the average American BMI is closer to 29 or 30, sometimes higher, and that's a big shift. This tells us something important. Society has consistently valued leaner, fitter, and skinnier bodies. And let's be real, the rarer something is, the more people want it. That's why thin has always been in. It's exotic, it's striking, and it stands out in a world where obesity is becoming the norm. Now, don't get me wrong. Different cultures have different beauty ideals, and that's amazing. But there's something about universal standards, like symmetry, health, and a lean physique that transcend cultural differences. But let's address the elephant in the room, eating disorders. Yes, they're real. Yes, they're dangerous. And yes, we need to take them seriously. But here's a surprising fact. According to the National Eating Disorder Association, most eating disorders are actually binge eating disorders. And over 50% of people with eating disorders are overweight or obese, around 52% at the time of this video. So what's the takeaway? It's not about crash diets or extreme measures like Ozempic, which, let's be honest, we don't even know is safe yet. It's about finding a balanced lifestyle that prioritizes your health, but also helps you feel and look your best. So let's keep it real for a second. The world is going to judge you by how you look. That's a fact, and no one can change that. It's not fair, but it's true. If two women walk into a job interview with the same qualifications, the slimmer one is often seen as more polished, more disciplined, and even more competent. One YouTube influencer I like is Manifestel. I highly recommend her channel, and she talked just about this topic. It's about skinny being the ultimate manifestation because women of power are often thin. Does this mean that your self-worth should depend on your weight? Absolutely not. No. But it does mean that we have to stay intentional about how we present ourselves and how we show up in the world. And okay, I get it. Body image issues are no joke. I've been there. And it's a daily choice to love yourself while you're striving to improve. But here's one thing. You can do both. You can have self-acceptance while also choosing self-improvement. You can love who you are and still work towards your goals. Think of it as a lifestyle, not a crash course you can pass or fail. So, how do we do it? How do we maintain a leaner physique without losing our minds? Well, first is to start with your habits. Make small, sustainable changes to your diet and exercise routine. Start counting your calories or count your steps, not to meet a certain number, but to be more aware. Start to incorporate more physical activity in your routine. And this doesn't mean that you need to join a gym. It means find a physical activity you enjoy. If you have a beautiful area around you in your neighborhood, take a jog, take a walk. Go on YouTube and find a fun dance video from a song that you find viral. Or simply just do some yoga. Find different ways to have some physical activity. 2 is to watch your figure regularly. Think of this as self-care, not a punishment. You should have a relationship with your scale. Your scale will not judge you, but it will tell you the truth. So don't be afraid of it. Also, if you would prefer not to use a scale, you can use measuring tape or use a pair of jeans that aren't stretchy to know what your size is fluctuating. And then last but not least, number 3 is to keep it balanced. This isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about getting closer and closer towards that ideal version of yourself. And your ideal version of yourself doesn't need to be the skinniest version of yourself. But chances are she's fit, she's lean, she's living her life in the best way possible. And that means caring for herself. And let's remember, exceptions happen. Hello, pregnancy or health issues like PCOS. But letting yourself go should not be the default. A healthy, lean physique is a form of self-respect, and it does pay off in every area of life. So here's the bottom line. Thin is in because it's always been in, but that doesn't mean you have to hurt yourself to fit into a mold. It's about finding a lifestyle that works for you and one that supports your goals, boosts your confidence, and lets you shine. So tell me, how do you feel about the return to thinness as a beauty trend? Are you feeling the pressure, or do you see it as motivation? Let's chat in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with me on FemmeNoirTV. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with someone who needs a little extra love today. Until next time, stay glowing, stay intentional, and stay beautiful. Bye!